Hello everyone, welcome to episode 21 of my survival series. This series that has been going on for months, but we're still only at 21. It's because I'm slow, I know. I have been busy doing a lot of little different things off camera, so I think I should probably go around and show you some things before we get into the big project, which is that big dragon that we have on the mountaintop. More on that later, but I'm wondering if you guys notice the different decorations behind me, or if you've noticed them at all. I've tried to decorate this main path area just a little bit more. It's still not as full as I want it to be, but I have some additional bushes on the side. Over here at this little corner, I did put a little bench and a really sad looking torch on a pole, and some more bushes, but then I just scattered some flowers everywhere. I also discovered that putting vines on the sides of grass blocks just looks so nice. Now I could do the Optifine setting to make the better grass with the green on all sides, but I actually like this better. I don't know why. I like how the dirt is still showing through, and it just, I don't know, it just looks so nice. And I have this little rock path that goes up to our storage cave now. It's just these little things that are making me like this area much better. Still, I would like to fill it in a little bit more, but that's what's been going on here. The next thing that I was working on was this pathway that goes up to where the farmland is that we've been working on. So right up here, I have added all of this path. This whole area will eventually be filled in with trees, I hope. Hopefully before I have a world download. It's going to be a lot of work though. We'll see. I'm pushing to get it done. I did add some trees here. And then I've added this little pathway that goes down the hill and connects to that road that leads up to our farm. I think I spent a good hour or more just working on this little staircase that goes up the mountain, but that's all it is. It's not much to look at, but it did take me a long time to make it, but it still looks okay. As I said, we are going to be working on that dragon. I just want to get him done, and I'm really excited. I have been gathering lots of materials, trying to figure out the kind of block palette I was going to use, and I can show you that now. So here is our dragon, ready for us to color it. None of it is going to be blue, by the way. That was all just placeholder blocks, and it looks like it's completely covered in the snow right now, so I'm gonna have to make sure that when we do finish coloring it, that the snow does not collect on it, because whoever heard of a dragon sitting still long enough for snow to collect on it? That just doesn't sound very realistic, does it? So here are a bunch of blocks that I have collected, and I was trying to come up with a good palette, so the majority of it is going to be dark Prismarine, and we're probably going to have the green kind of fade into the dark Prismarine. I don't know. And then for the belly, I'm going to be using sandstone and birch. That is the plan. And then I had the idea of possibly doing the wings in acacia and jungle, like an orangey type of wings for the inside. I was going to do glass, but then I thought I might try something different. Since I always use glass for wings, I'm going to try making orange ones. That is the plan. And I have spent a lot of time gathering all of these resources. In fact, I even had to make a guardian farm, which took me a fair amount of time to do. So before I actually get into working on that dragon, I figured I should go show that off to you. What is this guy doing? I think he is taking up residence of this house. Is he trying to get those llamas to go in there? Look at him. He's like, come in, llamas, you can do it. They're like, no, we can't. We're too tall. He's given up now. Sorry, bud. So I have to get here by Elytra. It's not too far away. About how far away are we? About 2,000 blocks away, so it's not that bad. I do have portals set up here, but since portals are involved in this design, I haven't really linked them yet, or haven't been able to navigate through the nether to get here. Anyway, before I get closer, I do need to remove the scaffolding, so let me just make myself invisible so I don't get hurt. Oh, my mistake. I have to take off my armor so that they don't see me. Okay. So this is a design that was actually by Cortezerino, if you know of his YouTube channel. He has had several Guardian farm designs, and I might be lagging just a little bit because of all the bubble columns below. And also there's a lot of things falling. But this is one of his designs. It yields much more Prismarine than I will ever need. I only have to AFK here for just a few minutes, and then I have like more than enough. It's that fast. So if you guys want to get a good Guardian farm tutorial, he's got several on his channel. I don't even remember which one I used. There's several of them. but this one uses the 4-portal design in the center, and it's worked well for me. Now the only thing about this design that I don't like is if I continue to do this world after 1.16, I'm probably going to be just destroying the nether and then restarting, which I'm okay with, honestly. Even though this design does use the nether, it's not that big of a deal to me because I only really needed the Prismarine for the dragon, and I think I have enough, and if I don't, I will definitely be done with it before the next update. So yes, it might break when I update to the next version if I continue the series beyond that point. I still haven't decided yet, but if I do, it will be broken, but it will not be that big of a deal because our dragon should be done. But you know what? I need to collect as many ink sacs as I can as I see them. Now onto this dragon project. I definitely will need to finish this village sometime. I keep putting it off, but that is probably going to be the next thing I do after the dragon. Since the dragon is such a big focal point, I'm not really worrying about the interiors of all these buildings just yet. I have so many interiors to do, and that's not my strongest point, so that's kind of why I'm putting it off. I'm really more about the big, out in the open type stuff like this dragon. But I am being so thrown off here because I'm still invisible. But here are my blocks. Let's go ahead and get started with this dragon. It looks like I do need to pick up some string though, just in case I need it. Alright, where to begin is the real question. I'm not sure how to approach this. Maybe I will work my way down up so that I can see the colors are working right. So maybe I'll like get all of the belly colors in first, then like gradually work my way up to the top. This is the first time I've ever done an organic like this in survival, so it was hard enough getting the shape, but coloring it is going to be tricky too. So we'll just replace these one at a time, and then I'll worry about texturing it once I get all of the base colors in. Maybe that will be the easiest way. That way I can just see what I'm doing much more easily, because I don't want to just be texturing it right away and then have to move everything. I'm just going to keep it simple to start. So we'll just go about doing it this way. And whoa, do not fall down there. Looks like I need to make myself a little bit of a barrier here so I don't accidentally fall off. That would be bad. Although I am wearing my elytra, so no big deal. Over there is the dragon's head, and this is its neck. I still think it's a little bit longer than I had originally hoped it would be, but you know, let's just go with it because and see what it looks like. I already tried tweaking it several times before. I think I'm just done with tweaking things and just need to try to get it colored and see if I actually like it. It is really hard to tell how it will look when you don't have any color. We'll just finish it out. I think I have the belly pretty much done, so I mixed in some birch and smooth sandstone, and I did mix in some stairs and slabs too to kind of round off the shapes. It looks pretty good from this side, but I also need to check the other side real quick, make sure it looks okay. I think last time I checked the other side, there was this one area that was a little bit flat, but I might just leave it as it is and just fix it by texturing, so I can just fly over to this little mountain. Whoops! I can just fly up to this little mountain just like that and not fall off this time. And this is how it's looking from this side, so I think it's looking pretty good. Right there is the area where I was thinking I might be a little flat. And over here, it looks pretty good. I'm still not sure if this overall shape is okay. You guys are gonna have to ignore all those random dirt blocks I have everywhere. That's my scaffolding as I'm building this. I'm still not sure about the shape, but for my first ever 100% survival organic like this, I think it's pretty good. So, got the belly done. Next step is to grab the lime green and green concrete. Actually, it's lime green terracotta and green concrete, I believe. So let's put all our birch and sandstone away, and this is what I need next. And this is just going to be a very thin layer, probably even just 2 blocks away from this one. So it's going to start with the lime green and then go to the dark green, and then from there it's going to fade into the dark prismarine. I'm hoping it's going to look okay, so we're not going to overdo it too much. We're just going to do 1 layer of each color. I don't want it to overpower it too much. We could do a little bit extra in the backs, maybe where the legs are. I think that would look fine. So that's the next step, is to do lime green like this, then a little bit of dark green. I should have enough blocks for this too, because I did save up a whole bunch and I knew I wasn't going to need as much of this stuff. Let me get all of these in place and then we'll see how it's looking from there. That is phase 2 of this dragon done now. I think the next thing is just the dark prismarine. Should be. And yes, I am standing on his head right now. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for his head. I might use a special kind of block for his eyes, but for now I'm just going to be replacing all of the blue wool with the prismarine and green blocks. We'll worry about the little details later, but for now, let's just get this thing covered. I think it's looking pretty good so far. I'm not sure if this green is actually going to blend well with this. So here's how it's going to look once we get the prismarine in place. I think it's a good enough transition to go from that green to this darker teal. And then there's the light tan color underneath, of course. And if I wanted to, I could always mix in some stairs, and I might do that as I go. But let me go ahead and cover the rest of this blue wool. The goal here is to get all of this blue wool just invisible, should not be here, and then we can worry about fine-tuning it after that. I am back after quite a bit of building. As you can see, I've got most of the colors in place. Now the reason I didn't time-lapse this was because I did do a lot of flying back and forth trying to get enough prismarine, so I didn't time-lapse this part, but we do have most of the colors done. I just have to do the wings and the head and add in some additional details like horns and spikes and claws and I don't know, whatever else I can come up with. So you can see a few of the blue wool right there on her head, but everywhere else it should be covered. I think the color is okay. It is still almost the same color green as the village. I was trying to make it a different green from the rest of the village, which is why I used the dark prismarine to begin with. But it turns out the dark prismarine looks an awful lot like this leaf color. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's going to blend in with the forest a little bit. I would like to put more trees up on that mountain, so it will blend in a little bit, which would kind of be cool. Dragon is just camouflage. We'll just say that. The next thing to do, though, is definitely the wings. I'm going to be trying it with this acacia wood, and then we'll probably have it fade into the jungle like this, just to add a little bit of color variation, but it's definitely a lot of contrast from this green color. I do want them to pop a little bit, so we're going to try that and see how it looks. And I'm thinking about using this blue terracotta for the eyes. I just need to figure out where they're going to go. But I'm probably going to glaze it so that it has the blues and the whites mixed in, so it's just all kinds of colors. So I'm probably going to use that for that, and then I'll need to get some kind of black color for the inside of the mouth and something for the tongue and teeth. I have the teeth right here. So I've got all kinds of little details I need to add, but yes, let me go ahead and get on those wings, and we will time-lapse that section and possibly the rest of the details. I immediately regret doing the dragon at this angle. I remember switching it. He used to be facing that direction, with his head I mean, and I think I switched it just because it's a little more natural for him to be looking just slightly more to the left instead of turning his head so much, but you can't see his eyes from down here, which is where you're going to be looking at it mainly. When you walk up here, it's like a big reveal. Oh, look, there's a dragon up there. But yeah, you can't see his eyes, but they are there. They are there. I did switch them out though from the glazed terracotta that used to be there because I didn't like how it was looking. It was looking kind of just really fake. So I switched it out for a kelp block, and I think I put an iron bar in front of it too. Yes, I did, just to help it stand out a little more. So here's how he looks from up here, and he looks pretty good, I think. Considering this angle and this pose, I think he's pretty good. He's a little bit sloppy though in some areas of coloring, but I think I've spent long enough on him. I think he's done enough. I'm happy with him, I think. I can't decide. I mean, he is my first dragon I've ever done in survival, so I would say he's pretty good. I can't decide if I like the color palette that I used. It's very different using the acacia wood and jungle for the wings. I do like the contrast it gives though. It does give really nice contrast. Let's go ahead and fly over here maybe and see how he looks from a distance. I just wanted to see how he looks from other areas of the map. So from back here, he looks really awesome because you can see his whole face. That's kind of cool. And how does he look when you go down here into the village? So down here, you walk through here and you see the dragon up there. What's kind of cool about this is because he does blend in with his surroundings, well, aside from his wing, he kind of does blend in with his surroundings in a way where like you can't tell it's something up there. Like, is that a dragon or is it not a dragon? I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be a big reveal when you walk up that staircase and you're like, oh, it is a dragon. Unfortunately, you can't see his eyes. Oh well. Now I know for next time, I guess. Down here isn't too bad. Also, I just wanted to mention one other thing I was playing for this area. So I do have this path that goes up to the village, and my idea was to do a giant gathering place or a giant town hall here. Now I know I do have my map room, which is close enough to being a town hall because it's so big, but I did want to have like a nice big building standing right here, right in front of this dragon. And of course I want to extend the forest up around it too, so it's going to be surrounded by trees. I think it's going to look nice when it's done, but that is also on my to-do list. It's going to take me a while to do that. So that dragon was suggested by Tigger Talks a Lot, I believe way early on in this series, so we can finally check that off the list. I know I have at least one other suggestion that's on my to-do list, although I don't know if I'm actually going to get around to it. You guys are welcome to suggest things, and if I write it down, don't feel bad if I don't get to it. I'm just going to throw that out there because sometimes my plans change. Sometimes I might think, oh, this would be great now, but then like I change my mind later because I don't know if it's going to fit. So don't be offended if I ever put something in there and I just don't get around to it. Also, I think I only have the one suggestion left, so if you do have more suggestions, I will write them down, but I may not get around to them. I also updated the maps, so look at this. This is our map right now, and you can see the dragon right here. I don't know why it's showing up in light blue, probably because it's the dark Prismarine, so it's showing up in light blue on the map. And then when I saw this, I was thinking it would actually have been a kind of cool color to make it a light blue dragon, even though I said I didn't want it to be bright. But look how cool it looks on the map. Maybe we'll have to switch it out. Well, not that I'm about to do that anytime soon, but it looks cool. So there's our dragon, our marketplace. Here's our farm. So many things going on. And this, of course, will be a whole forest. This whole area. I only have like this much done out of this. I don't think it's going to happen before the world download, but I'm definitely going to try. One last thing I need to talk about in this episode is I did get another challenge, and I figured I'd write this one down. So I have the challenge to obtain a Trident, which, by the way, I've never done before in survival. That's probably why I didn't write this down the first time, but since it was suggested twice, I put both of your names down because, yeah, I've never gotten a Trident. I will try to get one sometime. I don't know if it's going to be today. This is a list of things that I'm currently working on. I suppose we can cross dragon off the list. This was just to help keep me straight on what I need to get done. The Fox Sanctuary is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I haven't really talked about it. I am just trying to figure out a good place to put that, but I do have the foxes to start our Fox Sanctuary. I just need to figure out where that's going to go. If you guys have any more suggestions or challenges, you can send them my way. I may or may not get around to them though, because I'm going to be doing a world download here in a few episodes, I'm hoping. And after that, I'm not really sure what the future of this series will be. I haven't quite decided. So this is looking great though. I am happy with how this area is turning out. Had a lot of fun building this dragon, even though it's not perfect. Considering it's the first one I ever made in survival, I think he's pretty good. Although I would probably do things much differently next time I go around, like not make his pose so dynamic. Ugh, it's such a pain to work with. But have a great day, guys. I hope to see you again sometime. Goodbye!